Hey students, I hope you're doing well. My name is Ethio-tutoring and I'll be your 8th grade social studies tutor. Let us start. So the first unit we'll be discussing is the first unit of our book, which is the world we live in. The first lesson is continents. By the end of this lesson, you guys should be able to copy the map of the 7 continents, describe the relative location of the continents, compare and contrast the size of the continents of the world, differentiate the highest peaks and the lowest elevations of the world, identify the major lakes and rivers of the world. First lesson is a relative location and size of the continents. Let me ask you a question. What is the difference between a relative location and an absolute location? I'm guessing the question wasn't that hard, but I'll be telling you what the answers are. For relative location refers to the position of a place or entity based on its location with respect to other locations. And when it comes to absolute location, it is its exact place on Earth. So it's a place's exact place on the Earth, often given in terms of latitude and longitude. I hope so far it has been clear for you. Continents and islands make up 29% of the surface area of the Earth, whereas oceans and smaller water bodies cover about 71% of the Earth's surface. Continents are the largest landmasses on Earth's surface. There are 7 continents. These continents are Asia, Africa, North America, South America, Antarctica, Europe, and Australia. As you can observe in the figure that you can see on the screen right now, continents vary considerably in size. Asia is the largest continent in the world. It is bigger than Antarctica, Europe, Australia combined together. Asia is 6 times larger than Antarctica. Out of the 7 continents, 5 are interconnected. On the other hand, Antarctica and Australia are surrounded by water. North America and South America are connected by a narrow strip of land called the Isthmus of Panama. Africa is also connected to Asia at the Isthmus of the Suez. Isthmus is the narrow strip of land that connects 2 large land masses. Peninsula is the land area that projects into a body of water. The following description will help you identify the relative location of the continents. Asia is located in the east of Europe, west of the Pacific, north of the Indian Ocean, and south of the Arctic Ocean. Africa is a continent found to the south of Europe, southwest of Asia, west of the Indian Ocean, east of the Atlantic Ocean, and north of Antarctica. North America is located to the south of the Arctic Ocean, west of the Atlantic Ocean, east of the Pacific Ocean, and north of South America. South America is found to the south of the North America, north of Antarctica, west of the Atlantic Ocean, and east of the Pacific Ocean. Antarctica is situated south of Africa and South America. Europe is located to the north of Africa or north of the Mediterranean Sea, west of Asia, south of the Arctic Ocean, and east of the Atlantic Ocean. The major features of the continents will be located on page 4 of our 8th grade textbook. There's a table, table 1.1. You'll find the major features of the continents. The world's lowest elevation is the Dead Sea. Here's a question. What's the largest lake in the world, and where do you find it? So now we'll be answering the questions on page 6, which is the lesson 1.1 review. Question based on facts. What percentage of the Earth's surface is covered by continents and islands? Where do you find the world's lowest point? What is the name? Can you mention its elevation? How many continents are found in the world? Which continent is the largest? I hope it won't be hard for you. I hope these questions weren't hard for you. I'll leave the answers on the screen so that it will be easier for you to correct your answers. Now we will be discussing lesson 1.2, which is the people of the world. After this lesson ends, you should be able to identify the major language spoken in the world, indicate using map where the major language spoken in the world are found, describe the major achievements of ancient civilizations, appreciate the contribution of ancient civilizations to the present world. Now I'll be talking about the major world languages. Let me ask you a question. which language of the world has the largest number of speakers? The answer will be English, which is 1.3 billion speakers, according to the latest data. Language is human speech, either spoken or written. It's the most important means of communication among human beings. It enables people to talk to each other as well as to write their thoughts and ideas. The word language is derived from Latin term lingua meaning tongue. Still, language is often called tongue. According to linguists, there are about 6,000 languages spoken in the world. Many of the languages are spoken only by a small group of people. However, there are more than 200 languages spoken by millions or more people. About 23 languages have about 50 million or more speakers. Some of the major languages used in the Okay, let me do that again. Some of the major languages used in the world include Mandarin, English, French, Spanish, Russian, and Arabic. Mandarin is an official language of China. The language is spoken by about 600 million people. Now let's come to English. It is the most widely spoken language in the world. In many countries, English is used as either a mother tongue or second language. Today, about 400 million people speak English as their first language. Most English speakers live in Australia, Canada, Great Britain, Ireland, New Zealand, South Africa, and the United States of America. At the beginning of the 17th century, English language spread throughout the world as the English people explored and colonized Africa, Australia, India, and North America. Nowadays, English is used as an international language in science and technology. It's also used in business and diplomacy all over the world. Second, we'll be talking about French. French is the official language in France. It serves as an official language in Belgium, Canada, Haiti, Luxembourg, and Switzerland. It is one of the 6 languages used in the United Nations. Over 90 million people use French as a mother tongue. Other millions use it as a second language. Spanish. Spanish is the official language of Spain. It's also used as an official language in most Latin American countries. Throughout the world, over 297 million people speak Spanish. Now let's talk about Russia. Russian is an official language of Russia. Native speakers of the language account for about 153 million. Russia is the third widely spoken language in Europe. It's also among the 6 official languages used by the United Nations. The 6 languages used in the UN include Arabic, Chinese or Mandarin, English, French, Russian, and Spanish. Arabic. Arabic is one of the most widely spoken languages in the world. It is an official language of many Arab countries in the Middle East and North Africa, such as Egypt, Iraq, Jordan, Lebanon, Saudi Arabia, and Syria. Here is the lesson 1.2 review questions, which is on page 9. Answer the following questions. Which language of the world has the largest speakers? We've already answered this question earlier, and the answer will be on the screen. How many languages in the world have a million or more speakers? List countries that use French as an official language. Which language is the official language of Latin American countries? Name the 6 languages used by the United Nations. List the Arab nations in the Middle East which use Arabic as an official language. The ancient world civilization. What are the world's ancient civilizations? What are the major achievements of some of the ancient civilizations of the world? Throughout this lesson, we'd be answering these questions. Ancient Greece was the birthplace of Western civilization. It began about 2,500 years ago. The Greek civilization developed mainly in city-states. A city-state consisted of a city or town and the surrounding villages and farmlands. The Greek city-states were called polis. City-states were governed by an oligarchy. It is a form of government ruled by a few powerful people. But during the 6th century BC, some city-states adopted democracy. All citizens except women and slaves had the right to vote and hold political office as well as serve as judges. Athens and Sparta were well-known city-states. Athens was the largest of the Greek city-states in size and population. Ancient Greece, Athens was the most successful center of democracy. The democracy practiced by Athenians were direct democracy but not a democracy elected by representatives. All Athenian citizens meet together in one place to elect their leader. Such a meeting was called assembly. Athens was the center of Greek culture. For example, philosophy originated in ancient Greece. Some of the Greek philosophers include Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle. While Herodotus was known as the father of history, Hippocrates was known as the father of medicine. Ancient Greeks made great achievements in architecture, poetry, not poetry, pottery, I'm sorry, and sculpture. They also developed drama and literature. They made great contribution to the modern world in physics, biology, and mathematics. That is all I have for you today. Next time we'll be discussing about ancient Rome and the rest of the ancient civilizations. Thank you for listening. I hope it was useful and I hope this wasn't too boring. If you have any comments and suggestions on how I could improve, please let me know. Thank you. I hope you have an amazing time. See you again. Bye.